I really wish that people would leave child-free women alone. Like literally let them make their own family planning decisions without trying to push women into doing what they want them to do. So this woman posted this in the 2X chromosome subreddit. She says, my two male friends are obsessed about telling me I will regret not having kids. She's 31, they're 36. The fact that these are her friends and she's not in a relationship with them and they're trying to push and be obsessive is just strange to me. She says one of them just got married and his wife is 2 months pregnant. At least he gets it more when I explain why I am undecided and leaning towards not having them. He also acknowledges that for the first 2 years, the mom has a big burden. My other friend, unmarried, in a relationship and recently engaged, is truly obsessive about telling me that I will regret not having kids. He keeps bringing up egg phrasing. That's kind of weird. When I say that when I state that I prefer regretting being child free than a mother, or that if I knew I'd be a single mom, which is the most likely to happen, I prefer not having any, he keeps talking to me about regretting it. There are times it gets in my head. My own father recently told me to freeze eggs, and I almost told him that if I'd have to have a child with someone like him, I'd much rather be childless. Oh, hold up. My own father recently told me to freeze my eggs, and I almost told him that if I'd have to have a child with someone like him, I'd much rather be childless. What is amazing is that none of my female friends and acquaintances ever says something like this, and many of them are on the fence too. Even one that has a kid and loves them actually defended me in discussion regarding this from her now ex-husband, saying that many mothers regret their kids while he is insisting I haven't met the right one yet. I was dating his brother at the time for 4 years. What's this with older men that keep insisting that I have kids? I have two other guys at my gym who keep asking me why I don't have children yet and that I will get bored without one. Man, it's crazy. How do you respond to all this? My mom, absolutely supportive of my decision, says I should stop being friends with them because this behavior can make me feel regret anyways. And it is something I'm still undecided about anyways. My partner doesn't want kids and knows I'm leaning heavily to not having them too. Of course, I stop and think, what if I change my mind? It's exhausting. It sounds exhausting to talk to these men. Like, y'all, I already have an issue with them anyway because they believe that their opinions need to be felt. Like, they weigh heavier because they're men and they have opinion. That's already annoying. But to keep pushing this, family planning is financial planning, and kids are expensive. Kids like this, like at least she said the first person acknowledges that it is very challenging. He says it for the first 2 years, but a lot of the times the mom gets the burden for most of the things, the appointments, well, all of the things on her body. There's most of the money, especially most women are custodial parents if the relationship breaks up or whatnot. This is not something that you just need random men thinking that they need to push their decision on you. But this is how the patriarchy gets upheld by women having these babies and just going along to get along. Not everybody wants to have kids. And I am on team let the birth rate plummet to hell. If you are a child-free woman and you are on the fence, this is not the time to be having kids. This is not a society that is very friendly right now. They are snatching away safety nets. They don't give a damn about pushing people into poverty. Billionaires and millionaires are being protected and given all the money while the little people are like sitting up here struggling. Absolutely not. This is not the time. If you are on the fence, absolutely do not even think about doing it right now. But regardless, unsolicited advice regarding your family planning it should be enough to put up some very strong communication boundaries. I do not want to discuss this with you. This is not something I am comfortable with as far as talking to you about this. This is going to be between me and my partner, not you, guy, that I am not in a relationship with. So, like, there needs to be some of those very straightforward conversations. That is how you respond to all of this. All right, let's look at some of the comments. I have notes says, if you feel comfortable enough with them as a friend, address it as directly as possible. You can say, do you realize that you are constantly commenting on what I should do with my body and vocalizing your opinion on how I should live my life? You have made it abundantly clear what you think of my decision, and I'm asking you to stop repeating it over and over right now. If you are unwilling or unable to stop giving me breeding advice or sharing your opinion on what I should and shouldn't do with my body, it will lead to the end of our friendship, and it will be entirely your own making. So, what's more important to you, being my friend or sharing your opinion on my decision whether or not to breed? I know it's easier said than done, but guys are dense. Got to hammer it home. Got to hammer it home. Yes, because clearly she's not being direct enough if they keep on bringing it up. This person says, this is perfect, but may I add, to then start counting every time they bring it up again. Some people loop and don't realize how often they go over the exact same thing. This is the third time you brought this up, Bob. Fifth time, Bob. Why do you think my answer will change? 5 is the highest I've ever gotten with someone in real life until they got it. That would get kind of annoying. That maybe my fuse is just a little bit too short with these people. But 5, I don't think that we would have too much of a friendship if I have to keep repeating myself 5 times. We've said this before in the comment section. Men want kids the way children want a puppy. It's important to keep repeating because this is exactly true. Men want kids the way children want a puppy. Who will be caught up with handling everything about kids or the puppies? The woman. Y'all, please don't just. This is the reason why you don't listen to the men where it comes to this. Milk Environmental says because they never have to clean up the poop or remember to feed it on a schedule, they just get to give it a hug and throw a ball when convenient. It's the same for pets. This person says this. I've seen 2 divorces recently, and in both cases, the men had exactly this issue. Even as divorced dads, they thought they could just push any boring work to the mom, like taking the kids to medical appointments on the day the dad had them, or trying to push all that sort of activity to the mom's days. Yes, that happens. And that's the reason why split custody is so important. And when you do have split custody, make sure that they do the things that they're supposed to do and you're not picking up extra because they can't do their part. This one from HDMX is a good one. Then they act all blindsided when she leaves and complains about being nothing but an ATM. Well, stop thinking that all you have to do is bring in money and actually participate in the family you help create. That's where we are. They actually have to participate. Otherwise, that is all they literally are. And money is replaceable. Stiletto Panda says, my ex checking in, haha, literally has never stayed home with them when they're sick or taking point on getting them to the doctor. I stopped asking. And that's one of the big reasons why women take a hit in their careers, because they have to do all of those things that come along with the kids. If they're sick from school, if they have to go to the doctor, if they have a dentist appointment, all of that. That's the reason why there is a motherhood penalty and not a fatherhood penalty, because daddies are not taking the time off. Victorious at the bottom says, a good man would be an equal partner in raising a child. I've gotten so much praise saying I'm an amazing father when I'm doing, in my mind, the bare minimum to share the workload evenly. At least he is not sitting up expecting a gold star for taking care of his own responsibilities. Anyways, join the conversation. Let me know what you think. Talk about the boundaries that women should have. Give some ideas on some things that women could say. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. If you made it this far, go ahead and smash the follow button.